A warm welcome to one and all. Thank you for joining us. It's a beautiful morning and we're sure it's going to be a very high intensity game.
It looks like a hard surface. There is something for the fast bowling initially, but once the batters settle in, the ball will come on nicely onto the bat. The match referee and both the captains are in the middle.
Welcome everyone to this wonderful venue. We have the umpires walking out with the new ball in their hand. Openers walking in and the crowd cheering in anticipation. Pace bowler into the attack. Bowler has the new ball. We're all set to go for the first ball of the innings. That's a beautiful shot. And in the gap too. Carved away through the gap for four. That is smart back. Now how close is that one? The bowler likes that. Umpires goes upstairs.
Right, checking for a no ball. Fair delivery. No problem. Reaching outside. Impact outside. Not hitting.
But the umpire says not out. Poor ball, but that's a sensational shot. That's going to be four. Tremendous hit this. That's a crowd catcher. That's a six. He looks in good touch. Muscle, a magnificent shot for four. Wonderful sound of the bat, and that's a six. Oh, that's picked up and straight into the crowd. Oh, he's clubbed that for a six. That's a glorious, absolutely glorious. Dazzling batting by this duo. The captain needs to come. That's a good shot from the batsman. That's a beautiful shot. And in the muscle, a magnificent shot for four. That's a good shot from the batsman. Wasn't the best ball though. Oh, he's launched that one. That's huge. No ball called. No chance for any fielder to cut that off. Batsman all set to cash in on this free hit. Very well struck. Nobody's going to catch that unless in the crowd. He has hit that exactly where he wanted to. That's a good shot from the paces away to the boundary again. Wonderful 50 and the crowd applauds. Great shot, middles it and penetrates. These two gentlemen have played really well and have been finding the gaps at will. Well, that's a massive six. Made a cracking sound of the bat when there's space on the ball. Beautiful placement. He knows exactly where the fielders are. Goes to a splendid 50. Good innings and gets a grand applause. Carved away through the gap for 4. That is smart in this innings. Beautiful placement. He knows exactly where the fielders are. Picked and deposited out of the park for a 6. That's a clean. He looks in good touch. An end. That's a good shot. That struck beautifully. Terrific shot that. Dazzling batting by this duo. That's hit hard. It's a great. In hammer. Terrific shot. That's a good shot from the batsman. Wasn't the best ball though. Up in the air. Excellent dive. Super. Fielding side is ecstatic after that breakthrough. Batsman takes the long walk back to the pavilion. Glorious, absolutely glorious. That's a good shot from the batsman. Wasn't the best ball, but to be more disciplined with his lines. That's hit hard. That's aiming. Picked and deposited out of the park for a 6. That's a clean strike. I know he's a fierce competitor and doesn't shy away. Poor ball, but that's a sensation. That's a 6. The power. Wonderful sound of the bat, and that's a 6. This has been a high-class century. He has looked so confident throughout the innings. He needs to come up with a plan to break this partnership. Oh, he's clubbed that for a 6. That's a great hit. He looks in good touch. Well, the batsman sees that one early, gets into a great position. That struck beautifully. Terrific shot that. Goes to a splendid 50. Good innings and gets a grand applause. Wow, that is extraordinary. That's a magnificent. That was a brilliant shot. Perfectly executed. What a peach of a delivery that could have. And there comes the celebration and the crowd loves it. Must be so disappointed with that shot. That's an excellent cricket shot. He gets 4 for it. Oh, that's picked up and straight into the crowd. Found the gap beautifully and that races away to the boundary again. Oh, what a catch. He managed just that one to perfection. The fielding side is ecstatic after that breakthrough. This could well. Great shot, middles it and penetrates the gap for 4. Gorgeous shot, found the middle of the bat there. Wow, that is extraordinary. That's a magnificent hit for... That's high in the air. Missed time should be taken. Ecstatic after that breakthrough. Picked and deposited out of the park for a 6. That looks handsome. It certainly is a huge 6. Ball. Oh, he's clubbed that for a 6. That's a great hit. Oh, he's clubbed that for a 6. That's a great hit. No ball. That's hit hard. That's hit for 6. That's very well struck. Nobody's going to catch that unless... Oh, he's launched that one. That's huge. But that's going to be for all right. Sweet timing. I know he's a fierce competitor and doesn't shy away from a challenge, but that is just crossing the line. Wonderful sound of the bat, and that's a 6. Good pickup shot this. Has that gone for a 6? Yes, it has. These two gentlemen have played really well and have been finding the gaps. Oh, he's clubbed that for a 6. That's a great hit. That was a stunning shot. That's a 6. The power is extraordinary. Wow, he's picked the bones of that one. Wonderful sound of the bat, and that's a 6. The first inning won't be long before we resume. Fielding side looks warmed up and ready to go. Out come the openers, cheered by a good crowd in. Pace bowler into the attack. For the first ball of the innings. Oh, that's picked up and straight into the crowd for a 6. Sure. Now that struck beautifully. Terrific shot that. Now that looks handsome. It certainly is a... Now that looks handsome. It certainly is a... Good pickup shot this. Has that gone for a 6? 4 runs. Plays into the gap. Fierce competitor. Wow, that is extraordinary. That masterful batting. The captain needs to come up with a plan to... Good shot by the batsman. Bang, that's powerfully... Good shot by the batsman. Bang, that's powerfully... Good shot. Turned away. Shot, that's an excellent cricket shot. That struck beautifully. Terrific shot that. Glory where the gaps are. Shot, that's an turned away field where the gaps are. Shot, lovely shot right from the middle of the bat. Fielding captain can now have more fielders outside the inner circle. And up goes the finger. The fielding side is ecstatic after that breakthrough. Now that looks handsome. It certainly is a huge 6. Wonderful 50 and the crowd. Catch it is the call and well taken by the fielder. The fielding side is ecstatic after that breakthrough. that one, that's huge. That struck beautifully. Terrific shot that. With his bowlers conceding only singles at this stage. Exceptional. What a catch. Full marks for the catch. The fielding side is ecstatic after that breakthrough. Incredible effort by the... Glorious. Absolutely glorious. Well, that's a massive six. Made a cracking sound. Masterful batting. That superb piece of keeping. Gone. That's terrific bowling. Looks frustrated as he takes a long walk back to the... One on strike and create pressure. Got him. That's a stunner. Out for a duck. A long... All wrong. Now that looks handsome. It certainly is a hit for the bowler. Excellent dive. Superb. Blowing. Oh, that's picked up. And straight into the crowd. Well bowled. That's a jaffa. Batsman takes the long... for this match. That's high in the air. Loose shot and the fielder pulls off a beauty. Batsman takes the long walk back to the... Well, that struck beautifully. Terrific shot. That looks handsome. It certainly is a huge six. 4 runs, plays into the gap fabulously. That is glorious. Perfect. Oh, that's picked up and straight into the crowd. When there's space on the ball. No, that's lovely timing. The beautiful shot by the batsman. That's 4 more. Well, that is glorious. Absolutely glorious. Perfect. Dazzling batting by this duo. That's gone high. Exceptional. What a tick after that breakthrough. Forward by the fielder. Well, that's a massive six. Made a cracking sound at the back. That's gone high. Well bowled. That's a jaffa. They put a good all-round performance today. Bowled well to defend their total. They've won the victory.